Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. I want to give you a new term I just learned about singleness and relationships, and that's called lying flat or lying flatism, and I'll describe that and why it's important here today on Love Beyond the Sea. My channel is all about marriage. I married a woman from the Philippines, hence Beyond the Sea, about 8 years ago. And I thought it was hard getting married then. I see people now are still struggling, and maybe worse than I was, trying to find a wife. That's why I say go where you're wanted. For many of us, it has been the Philippines, but not so for all young adults. And so I want to read this article, part of it anyway, from scipost.org. And we'll talk about young men. I just started a series about young men and Filipinas, by the way, where I'm putting all kinds of topics in there, why they think it's better to be single, and I try to say something else about the positive side of marriage. So this is kind of another young adult article, although it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with marrying a Filipina. So it says here, their headline, SciPost, young adults who embrace lying flatism also tend to see romantic relationships as unnecessary for happiness. I think it is necessary for fulfillment, but that's just me talking. I think it helps with fulfillment. New research published in BMC Psychology sheds light on the lying flat lifestyle movement and its relationship to attitudes towards being single. The findings indicate that young adults who have a positive view of that lifestyle, which emphasizes relaxation and avoiding excessive work or societal pressure, also believe that they can find happiness through various sources other than romantic relationships. The results suggest that there might be a growing trend among young people to choose the single lifestyle in the future. Of course, with what I do on this channel here is I try to give the other perspective, a different view. Lying flatism is a trending philosophy that has emerged in China and is practiced by young adults who choose to live a minimalistic or a minimalist lifestyle, and they reject the pressures of society. Lying flatists refuse to participate in consumerist lifestyles, such as pursuing high-paying jobs, purchasing material possessions, getting married, or having children. They believe that personal efforts are no longer effective in improving their lives due to structural or societal factors. Researchers became interested in studying lying flatism and its relationship with attitudes toward what they call singlehood, because singlehood has become a favorable lifestyle choice worldwide, particularly among young adults. The increasing number of singles in countries like the United States, Singapore, South Korea, Japan, and China suggests a shift in perspectives and lifestyles. The researchers wanted to explore whether individuals who have positive feelings toward lying flatism also have positive attitudes toward singlehood. And there's a quote here: after conducting my previous research on voluntary singleness, it has become evident that young individuals perceive being single as advantageous. Specifically, they appreciate the increased autonomy and reduced financial responsibilities that come from it. I'm going to jump in and say that, that increased autonomy can lead to potentially bad decisions and a lot of loneliness, and married people always tend to make more than people that are not married. Just saying that by the way. And so they do see it advantageous, and then this article goes into their methods. I guess what I want to say before I go here is, since I'm someone that always talks about wanting people to get married, is it's never been easy, I suppose, to get married. You still have to ask somebody out. You still have to find somebody that believes in the things that you do as much as possible. Finding somebody overseas is something many people have never thought about. I had never thought about it until 2015, right before I connected with my wife online and quickly went out there to meet her and marry her on the same trip. And we've been married over 8 years. I think we have more advantages being married than I did being single. I never did embrace it, which is, I guess, one reason I was able to get married is I didn't give up. What worries me about young people today, in their 20s or 30s, is they grow up with maybe few good examples of, mentors, examples of marriage and coaching and so on. And because, the divorce rate is high, people aren't getting married like they used to. And I just think that's bad for society. And one person, me, can't do a whole lot about it, but I do want to try to do something about it and keep that flame burning for those of you out here on TikTok or YouTube or wherever that still have a hope of getting married. I hope you will continue to strive to do different things to get married and better yourself, even if you have to look overseas for a wife. So if you're not one of these lying Flatism people and people that are embracing singleness, then that's good, because it's normal to want to be married. That's what you should be doing. I think that's the most fulfilling and productive and purposeful life. And people who are just going to try to avoid responsibility or own a home or don't want to own a car or whatever, very minimalistic lifestyle, I think that has more drawbacks than they are thinking right away. So let me know what you think about this. I'm all for getting people married here on Love Beyond the Sea.